good morning to all of you race fans joining us live right now. Once again, we are standing on the main straight of the beautiful racing facility Red Bull Ring in Styria, Austria. And I'm so happy to say that we have a bright sunshine from the very morning. From the very early morning, it was just quite clear that we will have an amazing day with perfect weather for racing. And I believe this is a great news for all of you joining us live, because there is a lot of race action today ahead of us here on Red Bull Ring. Of course, starting in a few minutes with the first sprint race of the Asset Cup, which means the first sprint race of the FIA Central European Zone Championship GT race, and we are gonna have some GT racing action together with the cars of the other classes, including one LMP3 Le Mans prototype. So I believe just ahead of us we will have an exciting 25 minutes of racing. And yes, the race weekend has started actually yesterday with the endurance race. It is the race for the 1 hour of duration, and I believe for all of you, you've been watching it. It was quite interesting one, because we saw a lot of on-track action. We saw a lot of battles, actually, unfortunately for some teams and for some drivers, also a lot of crashes and heavy contacts. For example, there was a crash of the young 16-year-old Slovakian driver Adam Konopka, the son of Miro Konopka, the boss of ARC Bratislava team. But fortunately, his Lamborghini is right now in a perfect condition for racing. So it will be a great day, I believe, also for Slovakian team ARC Bratislava. And of course, we will also have Adam's father, Miro Konopka, in the race. And actually, Miro Konopka will be starting the first sprint race from the pole position. So great news for all Slovakian fans. And we are just waiting for him to come here on the grid, because of course we will have a quick chat with the guy starting from the pole position, the 62-year-old Slovakian gentleman driver, and one of the most important faces on the grid in the whole Central European zone, because of course you may know ARC Bratislava also because of competing in the FIA World Endurance Championship and also in Le Mans 24 hours. So this Slovakian team and this Slovakian driver took a part in Le Mans 24 hours, in the most famous race in the world many times in history, and we are so happy that Miro Konopka is also here on the grid with us. As you can see, there is amazing car 611. That's the number of this Porsche 911 GT3 car, and it is one of the GT3s on the grid. And this is the second place car after the qualifying with the German driver Hermann Speck behind the wheel. So this will be a big challenge for Miro Konopka after the start of the race. I was talking to Miro Konopka just a few minutes before the live stream has started, and he told me, he admitted actually, and it was very fair from him, that he is on the pole position because of the qualifying was on a wet track. So that gave him big advantage over the other GT cars. But anyway, I believe it will be a great race. Behind the yellow Porsche, as you can see, there is another car. Maybe we can go from the right side with the camera guy, please. Just follow the line here. You can see another amazing car behind this yellow Porsche. Over there, it's a green Lamborghini Huracan GT3 with number 617. Yesterday, it was one of the fastest cars on the track, actually the fastest car of them all, with Coach Mackenzie behind the wheel, ready to start the sprint race. I'm sorry, but anyway, I now see Miro Konopka on pole position, so please follow me. Come with me. We go to have a quick chat with our Slovakian driver starting from the pole position, this first sprint race of Asset Cup Series here on Red Bull Ring this weekend. And it will be 25 minutes of racing also for this beautiful LMP3 car. Look at this. This is LMP3 prototype. Amazing car, amazing Ligier, as you can see. And this car has an amazing engine, amazing roaring V8 Nissan inside, and for me this is maybe the most beautiful engine sound we have on the grid here now. Miro Konopka, he is here. I can see him inside. So let's have a quick chat with the Slovakian driver. Please follow me Miro Konopka starting the race from a pole position behind the wheel of his number 4 Ligier LMP3 car. Hello Miro, good morning. What a sunny day, what a beautiful day for racing. How are you today morning?
Very nice day, it's fantastic, and I am in first position. That's for me okay.
What are your expectations for the race?
I am first because it was rain. In the rain I was in quali, I was quickest, but in the start I think take over me 2, 3, 4 car because it's open car. Every that car behind me is 200 horsepower more, and it's realistic that we will see how it will be raced.
Okay, Miro, thank you very much. We will keep your fingers crossed also for you. Let's see if we can have a quick chat also with the driver behind the wheel of 611, this beautiful Porsche GT3. It is, as I said, the German driver Hermann Speck behind the wheel. And yes, I believe he is here, and I believe we can have a quick chat with Hermann, yes? Hello, Hermann Speck, good morning. Starting from the second place today, what are your expectations for the race?
Good question. Hopefully I can sort of stay in my second position, but the Lamborghinis are very strong, and I was lucky in the rain with the qualifying, so we'll see.
Of course, and you're gonna start the race just next to beautiful LMP3 car with roaring V8 inside, the roaring V8 engine. So what are your expectations for the battle with the LMP3 car into the first turn of the race?
Well, I hope he's taking as much care as I am, and once we're through the first corner, as you said yesterday, you cannot win a race in the first corner, so I hope we get nicely through the first corner, and then we'll see. Then we got enough room on the straight. I think he's much quicker, so I'll try to stay behind him.
Okay, Hermann Speck, best of luck for the race. We will keep fingers crossed for you. Hermann Speck ready to start the race from P2, as I said, and I can see that the grid is getting clear. But anyway, still, we have more cars on the grid. As you can see, with number 100 over there, it's a Lamborghini driven by Czech driver Denis Vasek. And Denis will be starting the race from the third place, and I believe we can have a quick chat also with Denis. Denis Vasek, hello, good morning. Starting the race from P3 behind the wheel of your beautiful Lamborghini. So what are your expectations from this race? What is your target?
Good morning. My target is to be either behind the LMP3 or in front of it. We'll see how it play out.
Yeah, how much are you looking forward to the battle between the GT3 and LMP3 car? It's quite unusual, let's say.
Yeah, we have a little bit more power on the straights. They are quicker in the corners, but it balances out here, so it will be fun.
Okay, best of luck for you. Thank you very much. So this was Denis Vasek, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm gonna go to our commentary post, and let's hear from me in a few minutes. So far, goodbye, and race is starting in a few minutes. Thank you very much.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're joining me on the starting grid here at the Balaton Park for the first GT sprint of the 2024 Asset Cup Series. We are opening the 2023 season here in Germany. First of the 6 calendar events that are ready for us this year.
Oh, there's contact between Joachim Galage and Libor Milotan. there is the race leader, Filip Salaguarda. They are now going to be side by side across the line, but Galash is prevailing. Joachim Galash scores another victory. His teammate does a slight touch in the first corner. What a move that was. And he's third, and there's a contact. Luckily, everybody else has managed to avoid that car. This is going to be a photo finish between the two Lambos. Who's first? It must be Denis Vašek. Unbelievable! This is a big crash, massive crash.
So one more time, ladies and gentlemen, race fans, good morning from a beautiful Austrian Red Bull ring. We are just about to start the race, and watch this, big drama for ARC Bratislava straight on, because Miro Konopka, for some reason, he was forced to enter the pit lane, so there is no Miro Konopka or pole position. Big shame for Slovakian team, which means we have German driver Hermann Speck on the first place starting the race. Red lights are out, and it is Denis Vašek behind the wheel of his Lamborghini on the first place. But anyway, it was a big drama for ARC Bratislava just before the race has started. For some reason, Miro Konopka was forced to enter the pit lane, so we have no Miro Konopka in race, no LMP3 prototype in this race. Big shame for Miro Konopka, big shame for Slovakian fans. But anyway, still, his son Adam Konopka is in the race, driving the number 77 Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Look at the battles at the back of the field. There was oh no, there was a clash. There was a clash between Lamborghini of Michalik Motorsport by Bagheera and the Lamborghini Span. Lamborghini Span in the back. There was a crash of Lamborghini. And it is, I believe, it is Libor Dvořáček behind the wheel of Lamborghini number 22. So big troubles for Lamborghini number 22 in the first lap of the race. And this is really bad news. And we also have the KTM and the other car. So in total, we do have 3 cars involved in the crash during the first lap of the race. It's the KTM from Orlen Janík Motorsport, I believe, as you can see it here. And it is the Lamborghini of Libor Dvořáček. So I'm sorry, these are the 2 cars originally involved in the crash. I believe the car standing backwards toward the camera, that it was the other car, but it wasn't. It is still Libor Dvořáček driving the number 22 Lamborghini of Michalik Motorsport powered by Bagheera. So what a dramatic first lap we had here on Red Bull Ring. And look at Miro Konopka, he's back on the track, and now he is trying to stay on a lead lap, but he can't do it right now because we have a safety car on track. So Miro Konopka right now, he's not allowed to pass Denis Vašek, but he needs to do it as soon as possible. When the race is restarted, it will be the first target for Miro Konopka to pass Denis Vašek as soon as possible, and because of that he will be able to join the race again on the lead lap. So there was a problem that was very quickly sorted out by the mechanics of ARC Bratislava, and luckily for Miro Konopka, he is back on track with his Ligier LMP3 car. But anyway, it's a big shame. No, there are 2 Lamborghinis, so I was right. So one more time, let me check this. What has happened over there? We definitely know it was Libor Dvořáček behind the wheel of the number 22 Lamborghini involved in this crash. And we also know that the second car over here, as you can see, was the KTM GTX car driven by Petr Koukola from Orlen Janik Motorsport. And there is a problem. There is a problem with the suspension. And you can see one of the Porsches entering the pit lane. So it's a third car involved in the crash. So it was a clash between Lamborghini, KTM and a Porsche, and Petr Koukola is, unfortunately for him, forced to stop his car in the gravel zone. So this will be very early retirement for Czech driver behind the wheel of KTM GTX of Orlen Janik Motorsport. Fortunately for the track marshals, Petr Koukola is able to put his car behind the barriers, so it is in a safe place and the race will be green again very quickly, I believe. So far we still have a safety car on track, and yes, Miro Konopka is right now 1 lap down, but I believe he will try to overtake Denis Vašek very quickly after the restart. So he will be chasing the field from the back, and he will unlap himself and put himself back on the lead lap. That will be crucial for Miro Konopka. But very, very unfortunate situation for Slovakian team ARC Bratislava just before the race start, because no one wants to enter the pit lane just before the red lights go out. So again, it was also great work by the mechanics of ARC Bratislava. It was very quick repair on the pit lane. The engine cover went off for a moment, then went back in a few seconds, and Miro Konopka is able to continue in this race. So good news for all his fans or fans of Slovakian motorsport. We also saw Lamborghini number 22 entering the pit lane, so Libor Dvořáček most likely will not be able to continue in this race, or I hope the mechanics will be able to do some quick repair and put Libor Dvořáček back on track. We will see. Anyway, right now the safety car on track plays in favor of Libor Dvořáček on the pit lane, so let's see if his car is in the condition to go back on track. It's a question that will be answered quickly. But as you can see, the safety car has picked up the pace, so we are ready to restart the race. The lights on the safety car are off, so let's get ready for racing. We will be racing again in a few moments, and it is Denis Vašek behind the wheel of his Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo number 100 on the first place. Well, of course, the stewards are investigating the incidents from the lap 1, but we are racing again, and it is Denis Vašek behind the wheel of his Lamborghini Super Trofeo by GT2 Motorsport on the first place. Green flag again, and it was great restart by Czech driver Denis Vašek behind the wheel of Lamborghini as he's gaining the gap over Miro Konopka, straight on behind Miro Konopka. It's a second place car by Hermann Speck. Hermann Speck, the German driver behind the wheel of his Porsche 911 GT3. And it seems like Miro Konopka is struggling with the pace right now, because Hermann Speck is trying to overtake him, and he's successful. And also Coach Mackenzie looks much faster right now than Miro Konopka behind the wheel of his green Lamborghini Huracan GT3 Evo number 617, and behind Coach Mackenzie it's Alexander Ober, the number 78 Lamborghini Huracan GT3. one of the drivers that were involved in the incidents yesterday in the endurance race. So it's quite good to see this car back on track in a perfect condition. So it is Denis Waszek gaining the advantage over Hermann Speck. Hermann Speck is just in front of Miro Konopka, who is one lap down after the very early technical problem with his car. And behind Miro Konopka there is Coach McKenzie behind the wheel of Lamborghini Huracan GT3 Evo, followed by Alexander Orbe and Antal Schigo behind the wheel of BMW M4 GT3. Also good to see the BMW M4 GT3 back on track, because his driver had a bad crash with the other GT3 car yesterday in the endurance race, and there was a damage in the area of front left suspension. So it's good to see the car repaired, back on track. Both Lamborghinis overtook Miro Konopka behind the wheel of LMP3, and there was also Adam Konopka behind the wheel of Lamborghini Huracan GT3 number 77 by ARC Bratislava. And Adam Konopka, only 16 years old, Slovakian driver, the son of Miro Konopka, is trying to find his way ahead of Antal Schigo behind the wheel of grey and green BMW M4 GT3. So let's be also focused on this battle. It's a battle for P5 in the overall standings. And of course, it's important to say that Denis Waszek is not only leading the race, but also, what is more important, leading the race in GTC class. Behind him, it's Hermann Speck leading the class 6A plus 6B. Just ahead the second car starting in this class, which is the green Lamborghini of Coach McKenzie, also starting in 6A plus 6B class. So it can be a battle for the victory in this class between the Porsche of Hermann Speck and Lamborghini of Coach McKenzie. But as you can see right now, there is a decent gap between Hermann Speck and Coach McKenzie. Closely behind McKenzie, it's the Austrian driver Alexander Orbe, and Antal Schigo lost this position, so good job by Adam Konopka. Adam Konopka overtook Antal Schigo on the racetrack, so right now it's a P5 overall for Adam Konopka, and it is the first place for a young Slovakian driver in GT3 class. So good news for ARC Bratislava, and right now you can see both members of Konopka family following each other on the track. It's Miro Konopka, the 62 years old gentleman driver, leading his son Adam Konopka behind the wheel of the Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Miro Konopka is starting in a D5 class, and Adam Konopka, as I said, is right now leading the GT3 category. Yesterday in the endurance race, it was Miro Konopka who won the GT3 category. So right now it could be his son Adam Konopka winning this class, and it would be a big confidence booster for a young Slovakian driver, because as you may remember, he had a pretty unfortunate crash yesterday in the first lap of the endurance race. It was his mistake. So now he's also fighting for his confidence, and he needs to gain more and more experiences, because last year he was driving a Renault Clio Cup, and this year he is sitting behind the wheel of GT3 sports car. And of course it's a huge difference for a young driver. We still have 12 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this sprint race number 1 here on Red Bull Ring. Denis Waszek leading the way, leading the field with decent gap of 5.5 seconds over Hermann Speck behind the wheel of Porsche number 611. Coach McKenzie following him on P3 behind the wheel of Lamborghini number 617. And then it's Alexander Orbe, Adam Konopka, Antal Schigo, Hubert Darmetko, Petr Brečka, Michal Oliver, Bob Bau, Andrew Kunica, Radek Kolařík, Mark Kastelic, Rudolf Peňo, Tim Gábor, Andrej Markovic, Jaka Štuflek, Miro Konopka on P18, I'm sorry, and we have 3 cars retired, and it is number 71 Porsche 992 Cup of Alexandru Piticoi, number 22 Lamborghini Super Trofeo by Micharek Motorsport, powered by Bagheera, driven by Libor Dvořáček, and also the KTM GTX number 73, driven by Petr Koukola, prepared by Orlen Janik Motorsport. So 3 cars retired already, and look at Adam Konopka. He is doing a great job, and Adam Konopka managed to overtake. I'm sorry, yes, but it is true. Adam Konopka is ahead of Alexander Orbe, and it looks like Alexander Orbe is having troubles. It's very slow Lamborghini on a track, and I've already said that there was a clash yesterday between Alexander Orbe and the new BMW M4 GT3 in the turn 1 during the endurance race, so maybe these troubles have some kind of connection between today's race and yesterday's endurance race. So big shame for the home racer Alexander Orbe, the Austrian, behind the wheel of Lamborghini, because he is in troubles. And we have one Porsche standing in not in the gravel zone, but next to the track. So we have a yellow flags. We have a yellow flags at the turn 4 because of the Porsche. Here you can see it is a silver cup car. So another problem for Porsche car in this race. And also there is somewhere very slow Lamborghini of Alexander Orbe. So we are having more troubles in this quick sprint race. I can see on the live timing that Alexander Orbe was able to enter the pit lane, so he is coming back towards his mechanics. So big shame for the Austrian driver behind the wheel of Lamborghini. Meanwhile, it's still Denis Washing doing a great job. He's very quick. Actually, in the last lap around, he was second quickest on the track, because the fastest lap of the race so far has been set by Adam Konopka. In the last lap it was 1:30.356. Denis Washek did 1:30.9. So right now it is Adam Konopka, the young Slovakian driver, the fastest car on track, and as you can see, here he goes. Adam Konopka is closely following the Lamborghini of Coach Mackenzie and the Porsche of Hermann Speck. In the meantime, there is a battle for the first place in 6A plus 6B class between Coach Mackenzie and Hermann Speck, and Coach Mackenzie is taking the first place. Great job by the driver of Green Lamborghini, and I believe Adam Konopka wants to follow him right now, and he's trying to find his way ahead of Hermann Speck. Not this time. It's still Adam Konopka behind the Porsche of German driver. But anyway, as I said, Adam Konopka right now is very quick on the track, and what's good for his father, he can watch this from the very first row. We have a full course yellow right now. So there is a problem on track. We have the news from the race control that both incidents from the turn 3, from the opening lap, will be investigated by the stewards after the race. So the racers will have to go explain their point of views on the whole incident. So it will be also much discussed after the race. But anyway, right now we have a full course yellow because of the number 440 Schenki's Motorsport Porsche 992 Cup driven by Radek Kolářík, and we saw that he got going again, so it may be possible for Radek Kolářík to rejoin the race with 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining, and in a few seconds the race will be restarted again. So we have a green flag again right now. This is the end of full course yellow period, and we are looking at Denis Vašek leading the way. Here is Radek Kolářík going very, very slowly, so he will have to enter the pit lane, I believe. And meanwhile, this battle is still on. It's a great battle between Coach Mackenzie and Herman Speck. The two cars starting in 6A plus 6B class. And Adam Konopka not so far away from them. He wasn't that quick on restart. Oh, there is a battle between two Porsche Cup cars. Great battle between two drivers. And back to this battle between these two beautiful GTs. 5 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Let's also watch the lap times. I'm wondering if Adam Konopka will be able again to get closer to these two, because definitely for him there was a chance to overtake both of these cars before the full course yellow period, but during the restart obviously Adam Konopka didn't have the best reaction he could do. So there is one more time a bigger gap between Herman Speck and Adam Konopka. There's a slower Mercedes GT4 and the inside. Really wide, Herman Speck at the exit of turn 3, and you can see that Adam Konopka is taking the advantage from his mistake as he is getting closer and he tries to dive inside. No! He was too far away for this, but it was a bold move by young Slovakian driver, and I'm sure that he's gonna try again. It was kind of Daniel Ricciardo style, trying to overtake from such distance. And fortunately Adam Konopka have realized that it's not a good idea to try it like this, because definitely Herman Speck would close the door. So Adam Konopka decided to give up that attempt, and he will try again, I believe. 3.5 minutes to go. Denis Vašek still leading the race with a decent gap of 8 seconds ahead of Coach Mackenzie. Great race from Denis Vašek, and he is the quickest from the very beginning behind the wheel of his Lamborghini Super Trofeo. Beautiful car. You can always recognize the Super Trofeo car because of the shark fin and the cooling system on the roof. So this is a very good car with nice aggressive design, and Denis Vašek knows the car very well, and he knows what's necessary to do to win this race. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left for the Czech driver behind the wheel of car number 100. And look at Adam Konopka. I believe he is finally ahead of Herman Speck, because there is a yellow Lamborghini behind the green Lamborghini. Yes, Adam Konopka did it. He is ahead of the German driver Herman Speck, so great work by Adam Konopka, and as I said, much needed confidence booster for a young Slovakian driver, as he crashed yesterday, and today he is fighting for a podium. Actually, he is fighting for the win in a GT3 class. So great job by Adam Konopka. He has a decent gap over Antal Shingo driving the BMW M4 GT3. Let's watch the gap. And it's more than 5 seconds for Adam Konopka. That is more than 5 seconds between Adam Konopka and Antal Shingo. Adam Konopka overall on P3, Antal Shingo overall on P5. So there is a much back between these two drivers fighting for the win in GT3 class. So this is a very good situation for young Slovakian driver, as he is very close to win of GT3 class in this race. And look at him again. He is closely behind Coach Mackenzie, and he still has 1 minute left to try to attack also Coach Mackenzie, and by doing so he would be take the P2 overall in this race behind Denis Vashek. So it will be a great race for Adam Konopka, who is right now the quickest driver on a track. In the last lap he was absolutely fastest in the first sector. It was the fastest sector time from the whole race. So lap by lap Adam Konopka is doing a great job in this race. 20 seconds left. So quite possibly this could be the last lap of the race, because we have 10 seconds to go, and you can see the leader Denis Vashek in the turn 3. So the time is up right now. Time is up, and this might be the last lap of the race. This might be the last lap of the race. So last chance for Adam Konopka if he wants to try to overtake Coach Mackenzie on P2. But maybe also Adam Konopka needs to be smart right now, because for him actually there is no difference if he finish on P2 or P3, because the only thing that matters for him is the fact that he's going to win the GT3 class. That's the only important thing in this race. But anyway, let's watch the race leader. Denis Vashek doing absolutely great job, and he is out of the last corner on the main straight. The checkered flag is out, and Denis Vashek is the winner of the sprint race number 1, and he is also the winner of GTC class. Then you can see finishing Coach Mackenzie on P2 and Adam Konopka on P3. So we have a GTC winner, Denis Vashek, 6A plus 6B winner, Coach Mackenzie, and GT3 winner, Adam Konopka on P3. So great race by these 3 racers, and we have a top 3 overall with 3 Lamborghini cars, 1 Super Trofeo, 1 Huracan GT3 Evo and 1 Huracan GT3. Behind Adam Konopka it's a Hellemann Speck finishing P4 and P2 in a 6A plus 6B class. Behind him it's P5 for Antal Shingo, finishing on P2 in GT3 class. P6 for Hubert Darmetko with Porsche 992 Cup number 7, and that's the second place in GTC for Hubert Darmetko. P7 it's number 85 Porsche 992 Cup of GT Sports Technology, car number 85 driven by Petr Brečka, and that's a P3 in GT3 class. P8 for Michael Oliver, the first place in class 4 with Porsche 992 Cup. P9 Bob Bau, 4th place in GTC with his number 846 Porsche 991 Cup. P10 it's Andrew Kunitsa, 5th place in GTC for his Porsche 992 Cup, number 84 by GT Sports Technology. P11, that's the winner of GT4 class with Mercedes AMG GT4 number 19, driven by Mark Kastelic. P12, That's the second place in GT4, and it goes to number 444 BMW M4 GT4, driven by Rudolf Benio. P3 team, it's Tim Gabor, it's P1 in a GTX, driven driving the Lotus XC36 Cup. P14 is Miro Konopka, winning the D5 class. Behind the wheel of his Ligier LMP3, and then we have a P15 Andrei Makarovic, third place in GT4, P16 Jakaš Tuflek, it's P4 in GT4 class, P17 for Radek Kolařík, P6 in GTC, and from 18th to 21st place we have the cars that were forced to retire from the race. So 17 drivers finished the race, and it was quite exciting one. So this was the first sprint race of Asset Cup here on Red Bull Ring. We will have one more today. Till then, have a great Sunday and goodbye.